As we wait to find out whether Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will or won't throw his hat into the ring to try to be the Republican presidential nominee, I want to go through the most likely reasons why Donald Trump's 2024 run could be a complete and total disaster. Now, before we jump into the reasons, remember that since his announcement, which was really low energy, people trying to walk out of the ballroom at Mar-a-Lago as the announcement was still going on, one of the lowest energy presidential announcements I've ever seen. Trump has barely left his house for the month since the announcement. Everything that's going on is strange. New polling is very bad for Trump, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So that's sort of like the preface, but I also want to add to the preface, no matter what I say here, we're not counting Trump out. He shouldn't be counted out. This was a mistake that was made in 2016. We still don't know what's going to happen. As Joe Walsh told us yesterday, for now, Trump is still at the top of the party. However, there are things that are different this time around. We have a former president who lost and is now running again after not being president for 4 years. Those are not common circumstances. In addition, that former president who's running again is losing in early polling to a guy who hasn't even announced that he's running for anything, Ron DeSantis. So this is really an unprecedented situation. Now, I get emails from people saying, David, I generally am hearing, oh, this could be bad for Trump. This could go bad. What are the most present, I guess I would say, risks of how this could go poorly? Okay, let's go through them in no particular order. Number one, Trump might, and it appears that he will, face significant opposition from within the Republican Party. Some Republicans see Trump's candidacy as, we like the policy. I know that's hilarious. It's like, what policy? We like the policy, but Trump is divisive. Trump is damaging to the Republican Party's chances of winning. We don't think he can win. And this is part of what former Republican Congressman Joe Walsh told us yesterday. They like Trumpism, but they just don't know that Trump can win. They're just not sure about it. So that's number one. And the early signs from the polling, wherein Ron DeSantis is already beating Trump in many polls, even though he hasn't announced, is a sign that indeed there may be significant dissent from within the Republican Party. Number two, I know that we always say this and it never happens. Trump does anything he wants and then still, becomes president, whatever. Trump's past conduct, including the sort of culmination of multiple impeachments, inciting the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, etc., may acutely weaken him and make him vulnerable to attacks from others from within and outside of his party in a way that was not the case during prior elections, because in 2016 was before the insurrection and 2020 was before the insurrection. We don't know to what degree that is going to impact the campaign and how it will affect Donald Trump. Three, Trump's statements and policies and inflammatory rhetoric, immigration, Mexicans, the anti-Semitic stuff now, it's conceivable that it will alienate not the MAGA base, but the types of folks that are more in the middle, the independents, I'm a Republican, but I don't love Trump, but I'd probably vote for him, except maybe now it's just gotten beyond the pale. We know that there's anti-Semitism and xenophobia and racism in the Republican Party, but it's not complete and total. And that may impact Trump if Trump decides to go full steam ahead on that in his 2024 run. And he seems like maybe he is. The rhetoric that he has been focusing on at rallies when he was still having them was anti-trans, anti-immigrant, ridiculing people from all sorts of different walks of life. So that is something that could have an impact. Legal challenges. This is another layer to this. Trump may well get indicted. There are ongoing investigations into financial dealings. There's the possibility of criminal charges. There are civil suits. All of this stuff could, number one, be a distraction from the campaign, but maybe more importantly, it really could undermine his credibility as a candidate. How is a Republican electorate that already seems to have cooled on Trump going to react if the guy is under indictment and being prosecuted? Are they going to say, well, we should go to somebody less controversial with fewer encumbrances? Or is it going to activate them and get them to say, they're going to indict my president, I'll show them by supporting Trump? It's unpredictable. It's an open question. I don't think we'll know if and until it happens. And then there's the financial aspect to this. Trump has grifted donors for a very long time, but he may struggle to fundraise. He may have real problems fundraising from certain donors, particularly donors who would be hesitant to contribute to Trump because of the potential legal problems. People unwilling to contribute to Trump because they'd prefer someone else like a DeSantis and just want to wait to see, does DeSantis say he's going to run? And that could weaken Trump early. So it is very difficult to predict what will happen. It's also all starting so early, potentially even ill-advised that it's starting so early, in the sense that, Trump seemed to think it was better for him legally to announce early, even though Merrick Garland and others have said it's really not going to make a difference. We're going to do what we have to do. But these are the potential reasons that Trump may struggle, the obstacles he may face. And a lot of it is going to come down to, does Ron DeSantis actually run for this thing? The latest polling is unbelievable for Ron DeSantis. Good habits have to be sustainable in order to become habits. It has to be something you'll actually do. And when it comes to nutrition, some people have hours to plan out every meal, their exact vitamin intake. I'm not doing any of that. I don't have the time. Here's what's sustainable for me. I start my day with just a single scoop of AG1 from Athletic Greens. It gives me the entire day's worth of the 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, and probiotics I want from whole food sources. It's just simple. It's just one scoop of AG1. I get all the nutrients I want. I don't have to do any math, use my protractor, my TI-83, or take a bunch of different capsules and pills. It's not some kind of wacky supplement making a bunch of crazy claims. I would not promote something like that. AG1 is just a simple product that does what it says it does. It gives you the daily nutrients and vitamins you likely want, vitamin A, C, E, magnesium, zinc, potassium, in one simple scoop. You keep your body nourished. You'll also get a free year supply of vitamin D, which I take in the winter, plus 5 free travel packs at athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is down below.